The day Ryan's world fell apart, he felt like the universe itself had turned against him. He sat on the cracked pavement outside his apartment, watching shadows stretch across the city like endless chains. His job had disappeared overnight. His savings were gone. Even his friends, who had promised to be there in tough times, had slowly drifted away. Rayan had always been ambitious, chasing success like a comet streaking across the sky. But ambition alone couldn't save him from reality. Now, faced with failure, he felt smaller than he had ever felt before. He was at rock bottom. For nights he lay awake, staring at the ceiling, asking himself the same question: why me? Why now? The answers never came. Only a hollow echo of despair filled the room. Then, one evening, as he aimlessly scrolled through articles online, he stumbled upon something extraordinary: the Mayan Civilization and their ancient calendar system. He clicked. The Mayan calendar, he learned, was more than dates and numbers. It represented cycles, patience, and the idea that everything in life follows a rhythm: seasons of growth, times of challenge, and moments of renewal. The civilization had built incredible knowledge and structures, not overnight, but through meticulous, consistent effort across generations. They had survived droughts, wars, and political shifts, all without losing sight of their long-term vision. Something inside Rayan stirred. They built greatness step by step. Maybe I can too. The next morning, he didn't wait for inspiration to strike. He acted. Small, deliberate steps, like turning the gears of a hidden clock, set his journey in motion. Day 1, he cleaned his tiny apartment, throwing out old clutter, organizing his life physically to reflect his desire for mental clarity. Day 2, he listed all his skills and talents on paper, even ones he had forgotten. Not for a resume, but to remind himself of his value. Day 3, he applied for 3 part-time jobs, not glamorous, not perfect, just opportunities to regain stability. Day 4, he opened a free online course in digital marketing, committing an hour a day to learning something new. It wasn't dramatic. There was no sudden miracle. But each small action was a brick, forming the foundation of a new life. Weeks passed. Rayan faced setbacks. One day, an application he had poured hope into was rejected. Another day, he mismanaged his budget and had to skip a meal. Each blow felt heavy, a reminder of how far he still had to go. But he remembered the Mayan calendar. It spoke of cycles. No winter lasts forever, no drought eternal. Life, like time, moves in patterns. I am in the winter now. Spring is coming. He adjusted his mindset. Instead of seeing failure as final, he saw it as a step in a larger cycle. Each setback became a lesson, each mistake a teacher. He learned to celebrate tiny victories, saving 500 pesos, completing a course module, waking up early despite exhaustion. Months passed, and gradually, Rayan's life began to change. He secured a stable job in a small marketing firm. It wasn't the dream position he had once imagined, but it was enough to keep him afloat while he rebuilt his confidence and skills. More importantly, he began to understand something crucial: real progress doesn't happen in leaps and bounds. It happens in small, consistent steps, repeated day after day, until they accumulate into transformation. Rayan also discovered the power of reflection. Each night, he would journal about his progress. He tracked his mood, his achievements, and even his failures. Over time, patterns emerged. He saw that when he dedicated a few hours to learning or improving himself, he felt stronger and more in control. When he neglected these practices, anxiety and despair crept back. The cycles became clear. Just like the Mayan calendar, life is a sequence of repeating patterns. Success and growth are not sudden, they are cyclical, gradual, and dependent on consistent effort and patience. Then, an unexpected opportunity arrived. A client at his firm noticed his dedication and creativity. They offered him a lead role in a new project, higher pay, and a chance to manage a small team. Rayan felt a surge of pride, but he didn't let it inflate him. He knew this was just another step in the ongoing cycle of life. He also faced personal challenges. Relationships that had once been strained required careful rebuilding. Trust had to be earned again. He stumbled occasionally, letting old fears and self-doubt creep back, but he learned to confront them instead of fleeing. One evening, as he walked through a quiet park, Ryan reflected on how far he had come. The man who had sat broken on the pavement months ago was no longer the same. He had discovered an inner strength he didn't know existed. Not strength that comes from luck, wealth, or status, but strength forged in quiet persistence and consistent action. He thought of the Mayans, who had created wonders without rushing, without giving in to despair during crises, and without abandoning their long-term vision. Their wisdom had been hidden in plain sight: patience, consistency, reflection, and resilience. Ryan smiled. He understood now, the greatest power a person can have isn't raw talent or immediate success. It is the courage to keep going, day after day, even when life seems impossible. It is the ability to rebuild yourself from rock bottom, brick by brick. From that moment on, Ryan approached life differently. Every task, no matter how small, became part of a grander plan. He no longer measured success solely by outcomes, but by effort, growth, and persistence. And one night, journaling by candlelight, he wrote a final thought. I may not know what the future holds, but I know I have the strength to face it. Every small action I take is a step forward. Every setback is a lesson. I am my own calendar, and I choose to build a life worth living, one day at a time. Ryan's journey is a reminder that no matter how deep your despair, no matter how hopeless the situation seems, you have the power to rise. Like the Mayan civilization, greatness is not built overnight. It is forged through cycles of effort, learning, reflection, and resilience. The message is clear. Small, consistent actions create lasting transformation. Setbacks are temporary, persistence is permanent. Inner strength grows in quiet, repeated efforts. Life, like the Mayan calendar, moves in cycles, use them wisely. If you feel defeated today, remember Ryan. Remember the Mayans. Your journey isn't over. Each day, each choice, each action is a brick in the life you are building. Keep going. Stay consistent. Embrace the cycle. Rise, rebuild, and transform. Your true strength is already within you.